A home for your chickens. What do you want your chickens to live in?
Are you serious right now? Are you really trying to tell people how to make a chicken house? Have you seen your house, lady? There's 2.5 humans that live in your house, and it's the size that could fit me and about 500 chicks. I don't think you should listen to anything this lady's saying.
What is chicken math? Have you ever heard of chicken math? I did not know what chicken math is, and let me tell you, it is a real thing. This is what it is. It's when you tell yourself, I'm going to start with 5 chickens. That's all I'm going to get is 5 chickens. And then you get 5 and you see somebody else's chickens and they have this one really cute kind. And you say to yourself, maybe I need that cute kind. And now you have 8 chickens. And then, you go to Tractor Supply or somewhere and there's little baby chickens just chirping at you. And now you have 18 chickens. And then what do you know? You get a rooster, and when you get a rooster and you got hens, there's baby chickens, and now you got 30 chickens. So chicken math is, you always need to plan for more. You always need to know that you might think you know how many you want, but you better build your coop big enough for what you're really going to get. So take a moment before you build your coop to think of how many chickens total at one point you might want to have. You might start with a few, but you might end up with a lot more. So you want to have a coop that can handle that. They have different space needs. You need like 2 to 3 square feet per chicken inside the actual coop, and you need about 4 to 5 square feet per chicken inside a run, if you have a run. So just think about that and, multiply it out and make sure that you build something large enough to house the amount of chickens you might need. You don't want them crammed. When chickens are cooped up and crammed in, it's not good for their health. You can be prone to more diseases. There's not as good ventilation. For lack of better, things, they get bored and they kind of sometimes start annoying each other because they don't have enough space. So really think about that. What can you afford? That's a big thing too. Pinterest can be good and it can be really bad because there is some amazingly beautiful, huge chicken coops, but they could be so expensive. So make sure you don't get out of hand and build something that you cannot, afford or keep up. If you have a large place for them to free range, then you might not need to build as big of a coop or as big of a run because they can run around outside all day. But if you live somewhere like in a neighborhood and all that, you want to ensure that you have the amount of space and proper area for them to be able to do their thing and live their life happily and not be too cramped. So just really keep that in mind because it is a really important thing. You want to make sure when you build something that they are, not in the natural elements, that there's not heavy rain falling on them, that they can hide from predators, that there's shade if it's too hot. So think of all these things when you're thinking of building a home for your chickens. Make sure that you take the necessary means and measures to make sure they are happy and healthy, because happy and healthy chickens will then make happy and healthy eggs and happy and healthy everything else. So keep that in mind and make sure you remember chicken math because it's real. I've gone through a lot of different chickens.